Greetings, greetings. Looks like I'm live. Hope you're all having a good start to your week, a good Monday. I have adjusted some stuff on my stream. Hopefully it sounds a little better. And yeah, just adjusted the levels a bit. And I think it's good. I've been working on some client stuff and I kind of needed a break, so thought I would do a bit of a stream. And yeah, this is that Age of Love track. Again, I made this for somebody specifically, and wasn't my first choice of genre for this remix. If you don't know the original, you probably, if you've been into electronic music a while, you might recognize Age of Love. Charlotte de Witt and what's that guy's name? I think it's her husband, Enrico. I forget his surname. But yeah, they remixed it a couple years ago, and it's got like 46 million views on YouTube. I think it's got a large number of streams as well. And then, yeah, it's a track from the 90s. There was a remix in the 90s by Jam and Spoon that got also millions of plays. So it's the remix was more popular than the original. It's one of those situations. And then the modern remix has introduced it to a whole new generation of people. And yeah, someone on Discord was trying to remix it, and he had a similar BPM to this. So I kind of put my own spin on it. I used the Jam and Spoon track from the 90s. I sampled the voice and then the breakdown. So the breakdown is here. I've put drums to it. I'll solo this breakdown. And the original, I think, was maybe 128 BPM or thereabouts, 130. I'm not sure. Wrong track. So yeah, I've basically remixed it into jungle. So from like a sort of trance track to a jungle track. Or drum and bass, more like it. Has some jungle elements, has some techno elements too. So yeah, that was the breakdown. You hear the snare roll and then the beat comes back in the original. Sounds like this. Okay, what I would do, just gonna go undo. I go edit sample. We can actually hear the sample in its original form. So yeah, this is the skimming through. The synth is super loud. I don't think there's any processing on this. Yeah, it's right at the end of my master chain, so there's nothing on it. This reverb isn't doing anything.
Come on, dance with me, move your body, 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 your legs a bit.
You get the idea. So yeah, I've kind of spun it into drum and bass. There's a few cool remixes out there, like the Solomon remix. It's more minimal techno. I actually have no idea what that genre is that he makes. But anyway, where's my playlist? Here it is. So this is what I got so far. If you saw the last stream, you'll have heard it, but I've made a couple little tweaks to it since then. I may or may not work on it some more now. I'll just give it a quick playthrough. Whoops. And here. See, we got one viewer on Twitch. Welcome.
Dance with me, come on, buddy. Dance with me, come on, buddy. Dance with me, come on, buddy. Dance with me.
For some reason, Isolate isn't showing up in FL. It's the plugin I normally use to just solo my low end, but you can use anything to do that. Also, I like the re-plugs. Like re-XComp, the multiband compressor. Does it have refer? I could also use that. Ah, yeah. So I don't know if these are available on Mac as VSTs, but yeah, on Windows, the Replugs bundle is free. They're the Reaper plugins, and you can run them in your other DAW for free. So a couple of things now that I have Reefer. It's an impulse. What does IR stand for? I forget what it stands for. Not impulse response, but yeah, basically it does a few things, including noise reduction, and I might use it on the vocal. If I can find it. I've got some sun on my screen, which is lovely, by the way. We've had rain and rain and rain and rain for the last like week and a half. It's like the first proper sun we've had in a while. So I will take a bit of screen glare.
Come on, dance with me, move your body, dance with me, come on.
Okay, so firstly, I'm going to shift scroll to move this empty slot to the top. Then I'm going to go to R, look for Reefer. So by the way, my list view for effects, instead of categories, I have it on simple because I like it to just be alphabetical, like a big flat alphabetical list. It's not for everyone. If you have loads and loads of plugins, it's not the best view, but for me it works. So Reefer, the first thing to do, since it's before the reverb and stuff, it'll get a dry signal, which is good. First thing to do is find some noise and loop it.
Dance with me,
come on, dance with me,
dance with me,
come on, dance with me, move your body,
Maybe here. I might have to turn those effects off. My own sanity.
Body likes a bit. Body likes a bit. Body likes a bit.
Don't know if we can get just noise on this guy. Maybe at the start of the track. What I'll do is I'll copy this clip to the middle of nowhere and extend it. You can also do noise reduction in Edison. Is this the whole track? No. I think I've created a unique clip, so let's use this rather. See if we can find some noise on its own, maybe in the intro or something. Lots of processing there. Okay, let's see.
Come on, dance with me. Move your body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Move your body.
No, there's no other. He's not there. Let's just see the beginning of the track. How long is this thing? Okay, whoops. We're there. Oh, there is noise there. Yeah, that's our noise profile. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do, firstly, I can move this slightly. Nope. Didn't work. Other way. Okay, that's... Maybe we can... there. Okay, that's the least clicky. Then what I'm going to have to do is temporarily send it to the same track as the vocal, which is one down, which is 11. Whoops, 11. Okay, now I'm going to go to subtract, automatically build noise profile. I'm going to click play, and I'm going to turn that off. Let's just make sure it did come in. It looks like it did. Yeah, it definitely did. So now, theoretically, it's strange that we're hearing it still. Let's go back to the track. See if it did anything.
Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on.
Okay, without.
Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me.
Not hearing much difference.
Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Move your body like it. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Move your body like a bit. Come on,
It could be that we've got like OTT on here.
come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance with me. Come on, body, dance.
Nah, it didn't really help, to be honest. There are other plugins. I think I've got RX on this system. Right. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. I'm just going to switch everything back on. I'm pretty sure RX on its automatic settings could reduce that noise. Huh. Oh, maybe it was on my other laptop I saw the RX stuff. I thought I'd installed it on here. Maybe I need to scan. I need to scan for plugins. That's what's happening here. There's more and more that I'm missing. All right, I won't do this now. That could take a while. I have no idea how long it'll take. The vocal being noisy isn't a huge issue. Just might be nice to get rid of some of it. Then, did we play through the track? Don't remember. Sorry about that. I forgot to play the song through. I got sidetracked. So yeah, that's what I made as a remix. Since the last stream, I copied the kick. Let me just go there. Where is the kick and drums? There we go. So basically, I copied our kick, and then I replaced it with this guy, which is keyboard, which is Fruity Envelope Controller. So whenever the kick plays, I've copied the notes from the kick onto this track. It took a while because there's lots of patterns with kicks in them. I had to just go through all my drum patterns and copy the kick patterns to this envelope. So whenever the kick hits, you can see the side chain happening. Or over here, you can see that line moving every time the kick hits. And what that is mapped to, firstly, I made, see in the top left corner, it says 78%. And that is the default value for sliders. So if I hover over the master, okay, it doesn't say it there, but on a lot of sliders, it says 78%. That's sort of FL's kind of zero value for volume faders generally. And so I created a fruity balance. I created a patcher on the bass. Where is the bass going? Here. So I created a patcher. I've got a low. This is the. So in this multi-band, the lows are muted. M is for mute. And then these are on, active, I think. Just says on. So there's a bit of compression happening on the mids and highs. And then on this one, the lows are soloed. So we've got a low band that goes into this fruity balance. And then whenever the kick hits, the sub is turned down. I'm actually seeing 78 might be too high. It says plus 2.6 dB. We could compensate for that, I guess, by turning something else down 2.6. Maybe we can do that in here. Gain. There we go. I didn't intend to turn my bass up with this chain. So yeah, basically whenever the kick hits, you can see that volume turning down. Sounds a bit crackly on its own, but the effect is that whenever the kick hits, the bass is out the way, the sub at least. You can hear the kick is a bit longer than that, but it's mostly that initial transient that has low end in it that I want to subtract from the bass. So if I low pass, that's what you'll hear through a subwoofer. They're not clashing. Whenever the kick hits, the bass is out the way. And there's a bit of an art to timing that so that you don't hear your sub pulsating and they just sound like a unit. That is what I'm going for. Some people get quite specific with the oscilloscope, which I've got oculoscope. And I shouldn't have deleted that EQ. And you can just monitor your low end. By the way, I think someone subscribed to the channel just now. Thank you. I was just mid-sentence. I heard you subscribing. Thank you for the follow. All right, so now if we look in oculoscope, now we're just seeing the low end, and you can see each kick. And some people will make sure that the kick and the sub are almost like one waveform. I am not that anal. I just try and, if it sounds good, especially like soloing the lows like this, because I actually have a sub in this room, and this is more or less what it sounds like if I listen with like my speakers off and just the sub on. But it is handy to have an EQ like that somewhere to just check your low end and also look at it in an oscilloscope and make sure your kicks aren't clashing with your subs. There's many different techniques for it, but yeah, that is important because now the kick isn't clashing anymore. And as you can hear, it's pretty subtle, but it makes a difference to the overall mix, and also makes a difference to how loud you can master the track as well. That limiter's pushing pretty hard. I don't need this Edison anymore. Yeah, so I think this is almost done. What I was thinking of doing still, other than noise reducing the vocals, is maybe having an acid kind of section, almost going into hardcore territory with this 4 on the floor kick. Let's think about this for a sec. I'm firstly just going to make space for it. And I think, let me just make sure all the clips can be moved. There we go. Let's give it that much space. That's like 32 bars, I think, or 16. Then again, going to slice everything here so that we can duplicate it. Control B in FL is duplicate. That did nothing. Why, I don't know. There we go. Okay, we've got a duplicate now. I will come in. Oh boy. It seems like when we duplicated, we duplicated on itself somehow. That's really weird. Don't know what's going on there. Make sure. Still kind of strange. How did that happen? What even is that? Okay. Yeah, let's go. What I was thinking of doing is maybe having, maybe we make a new bass pattern for this section. Okay, I want to take away the doot 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 thing, which is this, I believe. conversion down here. Okay. I think we just want delete this. Oh wait, let's make this unique if we haven't already. And delete this one. I'm just cutting it for now. Cutting that one as well. Cutting that one. So now we just have the sub. I'm going to zoom out. Delete all the notes except the root, which is C. It's an odd bass note, by the way. That's why I've tried to play lower notes where possible. C isn't the best sort of sub note, really. It's a bit high. I was thinking of just having a 4 on the floor bass for this section. Ooh. Hey, Nod was 1. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Cool. Next thing I'm going to do is take this automation away that mutes the bass. Maybe we make it bend. Selecting them all, making them longer. Then shift drag to duplicate. And I think we can double click on one and no. There's a way. I'm sure there's a way. Double click. Note properties, step properties, no. See, if I double click on one, we can do this, make it a slide note. I'll just have to copy it across. This is unusual for me. I never thought I'd be making a track like this, but I guess I felt like a challenge, and some dude in Discord wanted a version of this track, and I needed a break from some client work. Ended up working a lot of the weekend on client stuff, so I kind of feel like I should allow myself a little bit of chill this afternoon. Sounds like with the kick muted. Get harder somehow. Guess we could layer it. Clone. Copy paste. Then this can go on its own track. Alt and arrow keys to move it to the other bases. And route it, instead of to the master, route it to this bass bus, which is here. And here Here it's just clean, but I want to distort it this time. Like more severely than we did before. Ooh. Almost sounds like hardcore. I guess that's kind of where I'm going. Yeah, there's a lot of plugins not showing up in FL that I need to scan for. But it might take a while, so I've been reluctant to do it on stream. I'm not trying to fully hard style it, but at least go in that general direction. First step. The second step is some acid. Like a 303 or something, but you know me in FL, the CPU usage is already not looking great, and I like to just try and use stock FL stuff. They actually have a really cool 303 emulation thing, but I don't own it, so I'm just gonna, like, they have enough filters and things. I'm sure I could just get something going with a stock plugin. I'm going to try Citrus just because it's got distortion built in. And I'm going to link this to a channel, otherwise it's going to be super loud. Righty. I think they've got some presets, but I want to mess with it myself, see what I can come up with. Now, this default subtractive sends operator 1 into filter 1. And then I think it's a saw by default. I like to tune the ADSR of that. Funky. You can actually, I want a default ADSR. Then you can sort of tweak it with these controls more easily. You can make your own sequences in here, by the way, if you go create sequence. Check that out. It's kind of cool. Somehow it like arpeggiates, even though the rest doesn't. It's quite an odd effect. But yeah, you can change the time. But yeah, I digress. Just thought it was cool, worth showing. You can do a lot with this thing. You can change the slopes and the attack level, decay level, sustain level. Nuts. Really nuts to have something like that built into anywhere where you see this interface inside FL. You can create your own sequence. You can even do that on the automation clips, if I remember correctly. So I want to first distort this. Interesting sound. Want to experiment with the filters later. Let's just get like a sequence going. Make a new pattern. 303-ish. Call it. I would never insinuate that this sounds like a 303 exactly. Just sort of like an acid line, I guess. Very out of my comfort zone here, but hey, that's half the fun of it, isn't it? Challenge yourself, not just make stuff you like and programs you like. can modulate the cutoff here. No, we need to assign it in Citrus. Aha, sustain could have been lower. That's more. So then we make mod X. And have it. There we go. Take that call a little later. Another weird FL shortcut, Alt and scroll wheel moves the sliders, but if you Alt and scroll wheel down there, it scrolls. If you Alt and scroll wheel up here, it does your selected, whatever you've got visible at the bottom's sliders. So I've been sent a message, gonna check it in a seckie. Kind of cool. I just realized it could. I don't have a message. That's strange. Yeah, this is another important message. I haven't seen before 2 p.m. Damn. Anytime. Okay, cool. That's me. And I thought I would have a message if it was important. But cool. Let's continue. cool. Kind of cool. Not needed. I guess that's automated. I guess that's also automated. I guess I can just switch it off here. Or delete the MIDI. Or mix it in lower. You know me, guitar rig will probably make it interesting. See what colored sounds like. Whoops. Wrong track. I'm going to just move it rather. Crazy. Holy crap. Holy moly. Kinda cool. Hey, new serum update, hell yeah. Oh, great. Oh, crap. That sucks. I don't know when last I saved, honestly. I am a pretty frequent saver. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any serial numbers visible. That sucks. So yeah, I've been trying out ASIO Link Pro. You can download it for free. It's no longer supported. The original creator, I think, passed away, and someone in the family got permission to basically patch it. So it used to be paid, and now you can patch it and use it. It's still working for me on Windows 10. So you'll see my audio coming in here. Is it still coming into here? Seeing as I've restarted, let's see. Yeah. Cool. It's still going into OBS. That's good. So yeah, my system audio should be coming from there. Speakers in. So if my system audio says, yeah, speakers are 1. So my system audio is going to these, and then it's coming in to my ASIO driver or output. And then this mix out is what OBS is seeing at the moment. The reason I'm using this, number one, it's using my ASIO driver from my audio interface. So the latency is better than if I was using FL ASIO, which is what I was using before on this laptop. FL ASIO has got quite a bit of latency, whereas this is running at 256 according to my sound card. And I'm still able to send it because by default, if you have an ASIO driver selected in your DAW, OBS or any other Windows recording app won't receive the audio unless your interface has a loopback driver, which mine does not. So instead of having a loopback driver, I'm using this software to sort of create the loopback. This is sort of the output of everything. And yeah, I can select that as an input inside my streaming software. What this also means is I can have my system audio going into the DAW for some reason. Yeah, no, that is right. Yeah, usually there should be some inputs. For some reason, when it's in FL, I'm not seeing the driver inputs. There should be 16 ins and 16 outs. And when I'm in Reaper, I see 16 ins here. So then I can actually patch my system audio, and by default it gives you 1 and 2 are your, or however many inputs your sound card has. Mine has 2 inputs. So it shows them here as like 1 and 2, and then from 3 and 4 onwards, they're like virtual inputs to the DAW. So I can literally just run a lead like this into inputs 3 and 4, and then I can record my system audio into the DAW. So for some reason, it's not working fully inside FL, but I don't really need the mic in FL right now, so it's no biggie. But it's really handy for me in Reaper because it means I can monitor my system audio through Reaper, and I can look at my span and all my other metering stuff. Right, let's see if we lost any progress. I already have a bad feeling about this. The way it's highlighted the section, that seems like before there's like perhaps didn't save anything. Tarig mix level. Oh man. I think we lost everything. Really? Is there no autosave? File? Autosave every 10 minutes. Save to the project data folder if there is one. Okay, let me go. Whoops. That was loud. Sorry. Let's go to the project file. Backup. Let's see. That was midnight last night, I guess. No, midnight. I don't know. Let's sort it by modified. This is today, 4:30. Guess this is the last autosave. Hell yeah. I might have lost 10 minutes, but it's better than all of the work. Damn, I might have lost that ARP though. Let's see. Reverb is a good sign. Huh, looks like I have the ARP. Hell yeah. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay. Octave up, maybe? Make the mod X also accentuate the resonance a little bit. we should save over the original file. We're getting somewhere, I think. This is if we could go back to this maybe. It's that many bars. And then that stuff. And then I guess all of that stuff. Zoom in. Duplicate. Hey, it worked that time. Except this time we're either going to the original breakdown base or wrong deletion. Either this guy . Nah, let's try the base from this section originally. All right, from the top, and then I want to work on something new. do have a couple viewers between Twitch and YouTube. Curious to know what you think of this abomination. There's a little slide in thing there. Interesting. Ooh, nothing I would have ever thought of making. I kind of dig it. I actually wonder what it would sound like slower. Also wondering if the snare could be different in this section. Happening in Reaper. The jog. Where's it going? Should be going there. Why are we not hearing it? It's unusual. What if I go, I don't like to do this. I don't really know what else to do. Oh my word, now it's coming out my laptop. That is, oh, because it says speakers. So let's go speakers are 1. So now it should actually be coming through. There we go. never made hardcore before, and I know the kick doesn't sound hardcore, but I don't want to go full tilt. Not my vibe, but I'll tease it kind of, I guess. Find the snare. Clone it, and it's been trimmed in here. Oh boy, we need more duplicates. What if we automate a volume on rather? Or maybe it'll just sound good all the time. Let's see. Confused. Oh, I stuck it there by mistake. Okay, let's just make sure it's not on the intro. It is. So let's make this one unique. realized I could use an ADSR instead of doing what I just did. These shortcuts are driving me nuts. Could put it on its own track. Interesting. I didn't kick reverb there. I forgot about. Obviously tried it and scrapped it. Man, there's got to be a reverb somewhere. I use it all the time and now I don't know where I put it. Oh well. I guess we could use a bigger verb. I think oral is better though. This is my drum bus. So if I alt click it, solos all the drums. All right, last playthrough, and then I need a break from this one too. I've been remembering to save. Gonna mute the mic and listen to the speakers quickly.
Dance with me, come on, buddy, dance with me, come on, buddy, dance with me, come on, buddy, dance with me.
All right, I turned some mid-range elements up on my monitors. Curious to see how that sounds on my headphones. So far, so good. Cool. Last thing I'll do is just make this pattern unique and take away the clap. Let's just give it a new color so we know it's different. And Control X to cut. Cool. Out of curiosity, what would this sound like at like 134 or 140 beats per minute? Let's find out. Is it busy or is it done? It's busy. How about more jungle techno? I mean, jungle tempo. Getting myself tongue-tied here. $162, 165. I'll go 162. My kicks and snares make it not really jungle. Kind of, I don't know. A lot of the jungle I listen to keeps the breaks kind of at the forefront, and rather than like a modern kick and snare. That's quite nice. Quick playthrough on the speakers again.
Dance with me, come on, body, dance with me, come on, body, dance with me, come on, body, dance with me.
Notice the one sample didn't re-stretch itself when I changed the tempo. Let's undo that. I think I'm going to leave it. What a pain. I haven't quite figured out this whole thing. Maybe I can just stretch it so it ends here. I think I'm just going to give up for now. Leave it at 174. Alrighty. I'm happy for now. I'm curious how long it is. I want to start something new in FL because I'm a sadist. Looks like looks like I haven't really made any music on here. No wonder I couldn't find any of my plugins. Probably installed FL once and then just ignored it. Let's just do a quick plugin scan. It would be really nice to have the plugins back. I mean, the system doesn't have loads of plugins on it, so it shouldn't take terribly long. But it should find loads of new stuff. I forgot that you have to rescan manually in FL. It's kind of a good thing, I think. It's a pain when programs just scan on startup and take ages to start. So I do kind of appreciate that you have to do it whenever you want, because plugins can destabilize the software. Ooh, it's scanning the clap files. When did they add clap support? I didn't realize FL had clap now. That's pretty cool. Okay, what genre should we make now? Somehow blended 90s techno with jungle and hints of hardcore. None of which I ever DJ. Okay. Looks like I have plans for the evening from about 7, so I'll have to go in maybe an hour and a half or an hour. Like it's finding all my stuff. I probably shouldn't have done this now, but is what it is. Tempted to make some tea. Maybe while we have a quick tea, I will take a moment to promo my music is out on Spotify, the new EP called Music. So yeah, this EP called Music is on Spotify and YouTube Music, Apple Music. I think it's on Tidal, Deezer, I think. So yeah, a bunch of platforms. If you are keen to check it out, you're welcome to. Yeah. It is some music. That's all I'm going to say. Recently boosted these on SoundCloud, so they have a bunch of plays. There's like a promo feature that they've introduced. Seems like I got a few likes from it. This is called The Valleys While I Make Tea. Oh, Nautilus One, if you're still there, let me know if you received my email with drive link to, download of the EP, and then I think I stuck some unreleased stuff in the other folder, and I've updated it, so this track I'm working on now is in there in the previous form. onto battery. Kettle's boiling. Holy moly, this is taking ages. Hey, no worries. Cool. That is my little EP for my birthday. Thought I'd put out some music on my birthday, a little snapshot of where I was at. It was kind of last minute, like on the Monday. My birthday was on a Thursday. I decided on Monday I'm going to release some music. And I was also in the middle of helping my father sort stuff out at my grandfather's house because he moved into an old age home. And yeah, so it was kind of a busy time. I think I even had some client work as well. But the tracks were nearly done, so it was just a case of mixing. Oh, and I was recovering from the flu as well. So I was like struggling because especially the Monday, my ears were still a bit blocked. So I'd go and blow my nose and then everything would sound completely different and I'd try and mix some more. It was quite frustrating. But yeah, that is right. Anyway, that was the result, I suppose. Some of the tracks were quite old and redone for the modern age of mine. Stuff I did when I was quite young. So yeah, not like a masterpiece or anything. I don't feel like it's anything special. It's just some work that I wanted out in the world so I can move on and do new things. Yeah, and this was really a good therapeutic process because I've got a fair bit of client work at the moment, like stuff that I'm doing that's music for clients or backing tracks for clients, that sort of thing. And I just want to normalize this so that when I open it up again, I can render it. Yeah, so it's nice to just have my own music as a palette cleanser, work on my own stuff. If I'm only doing client work, then it starts to feel like music is work, and I don't want to have that association, even though it is, and I would have it no other way, to be honest. Like, I'd rather be doing that than anything else, even if it is work. Yeah, it's just a balance. All right. Something new. Let's see. We're going to use FL like a sadistic human being. I may as well use some of the FL stuff. Ooh, that's loud. I'm just going to... Okay, it's already there. Firstly, let's link all these to channels. I think it's Control-Shift-L. There we go. So now they're all labeled and linked. I'm also going to control drag to select them all, turn them all down. In fact, I would do that to everything. Can I do that? So turn them down like 10 dB. If you hold control, you can get fine control. So there we go. Then I'm going to deselect everything. Alt click the master to reset it. I'm also going to maybe take like 4 tracks, Alt and the arrow keys to move them to the front. I'm going to make them buses and make them full volume. We'll go shift click to rename. Drums. Random color. Quite nice. Go synths. Cool. Basses. And give it a color. Cool. This could be other. I don't think I'll have an other, but you never know. All right, and so these are drums. So I'm going to route them all here. Route to this track only. We can also right click on these and dock them. Dock them on the left. Now they're with the master. Could also do that with send. We could create some send effects. I would have like 2 or 3 reverbs and then 2 delays. Dock to the right. Cool. So those are available to me if I need sends. And it's cool when you scroll around, you see all your docked things stay there. I'm maybe going to undock this one. Don't think we're going to need it. And all right, so now we've got things at a reasonable level. Going to replace this with bass drum. Not as crazy loud. Let's see if we can get a good starting point. If you alt-click things, we can just reset all of the parameters here. That's just this one. Interplaying with this one. A really odd plugin, I must be honest. Ah. That's better. Very interesting plugin. Not bad. I hear it on my speakers quickly. Oops. Stuff like this is quite handy for, on headphones. Because how a kick sounds in a room. I don't know, I find rooms make kicks sound nice quite easily. So, I don't know, it's a personal thing. I'm always happy to do it on my headphones. Maybe an EQ. Also, enter toggles full screen for whatever window is centered. So like if I hit enter here, that goes full screen. If I hit enter here, that goes full screen. Kind of a handy little trick. Cool. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to close it. Going to make a pattern, call it drums. Maybe just kick. Yeah, kick. I think I'm going to do a housey thing or a techie thing. Bring the tempo down a bit. Then I quite like drum synth live. and this does have multiple outputs, so we can actually get quite useful stuff out of it. I'm going to make a new pattern. I'm pressing F4 to create a new pattern, and when I press it, it asks me to name it. So I'll call this, let's say, tops. And then F7 brings up the piano roll. Let's put the tops in here. Yeah, that's better, I think. Cheers. Good evening. Oh, I've got accent on, so full volume. So yeah, on this plugin, you can actually mix between samples and synthesis. Right now, it's not switching. Maybe I have to click auto. Yeah, there we go. Now you'll see each time I press a note, some of them have presets, I think because they're samples, and some of them don't. Like this is a 909 closed hat. So I can toggle auto on and off depending on my needs. I'd like it to be more staccato. I'm also going to copy this. Crazy. Ah, thanks. Sure on, yeah, you do. Just cold outside. See, this one is synthesis, so we can tune it. And then I think this mixes between the top and the bottom. So the bottom one is probably noise. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was chatting to my brother. It is probably somewhere, probably about 11 or 10 here. Yeah, let's see. My phone says 13, but I'm inclined to disagree. My hands are pretty cold. Opening another app. Yeah, 13. But there could be an icy wind. We've had some crazy stormy weather lately. It was hail like 3 times in the past couple days. Briefly, but then just loads and loads of rain. line to go for a clap rather. Potentially we could change it. Whatever I just did, undo. Because I wasn't on auto. Here we go. Okay, I don't quite understand the mix then. Oh, I think it's between samples and noise. There we go. That's the main out. I think that's for everything. Oh, no, it's per sample. It's a really decent synth, this. Pretty amazing. Such a simple little plugin. Simple looking, anyway. I keep forgetting to switch auto on. Super cool, man. Don't want to jump scare myself again. Thank you. Push is being weird. No, I'm streaming, in fact. That is so strange. Might just try a kick from here. So yeah, it used to show you the keyboard, which was helpful because then you would see relative to the keyboard what key you were on and editing at the time. It tells you here, which is okay, but it was cool having the keyboard below to sort of see what... yeah, it was quite helpful for understanding this plugin. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if there's a way to do it. Don't think so. I think they've just hidden it. So this is synthesized again. Not sure how I feel about this guy. Maybe a blend of them with a high pass on this one. Better, I think. Just synthesizing stuff inside here, basically. We can also load a sample in here. I'm sure there's a 909 clap in here somewhere. Could have sworn there was a way to open this menu. Let's just keep it at hats on this track, I think. since we don't have much low-endy sounds, I think we can bring back some low-end. So. Lagging. Oh, we're on battery. Wow. Sorry, bumped the mic. Just wanted to charge. Darn it. Oh. Still blinking, but it seems to be stable-ish. Just want to do a couple more things before I have to leave. Oh man, it's kind of time, maybe another 10 minutes. I want to give this some character. Maybe. Okay, it's charging for now. I can see my CPU usage fluctuate when it's misbehaving. This time I'm going to use a user ensemble, tape mate. Oops. Save it now. Here we go. Without, with. Groovy. I'm going to make this longer. Let's keep number 2 there for later. Why is my snap off? Sounds all right. Let's try and get some bass. Just write a quick bass and then I gotta go. That CPU usage says all we need to know. Fluctuating power. Hatred is not the way. I got a little paper clip and tried to MacGyver the little pins to be more firm yesterday. And all it's kind of meant is that whatever sweet spots I knew where to find before are now somewhere else. So now I don't know where the sweet spots are anymore. Kind of cool, kind of cool. We're back on battery. I don't think there are any sweet spots on this thing anymore. Oh well, summer is coming, bookings are coming. If I can just buy like a cheap desktop, I'll be better off. Well, I'll just let it ride out on battery for another couple minutes. Just wanted to turn this into some kind of a sound. I don't want to completely abandon ship with like a beat only, you know. It's already quite nice. Quick listen on the monitors. All right, that's all I got time for. Gonna head off. Cheers, man. Have a good evening.